I froze in the kitchen doorway, my keys slipping from my hand and clattering to the floor. There she was, Sarah, my wife of 17 years, hunched over her phone at the counter, her face illuminated by the screen's glow. But it wasn't the late hour that stopped me. It was the way she smiled, a soft, secret curve of her lips I hadn't seen in years. Not since our early days. "Who's that?" I asked, forcing a casual tone as I picked up my keys. She startled, slamming the phone face down. "Just a friend from work," she muttered, her eyes darting away. That was the moment suspicion cracked open inside me, like a fault line in our perfect life. The next morning, I replayed it over coffee, the steam rising like my doubts. Sarah bustled around, packing lunches for the kids, our twins, Mia and Jake, oblivious at the table. "You okay, hon?" she asked, brushing a kiss on my cheek. It felt routine, mechanical. "Yeah, fine," I lied, watching her. We'd built this home together. The cozy suburban house, the family vacations, the inside jokes that glued us through miscarriages and job losses. But lately, her laughs came easier on calls she took in the other room. I shook it off. Denial was my shield. Work stress, I told myself. Midlife stuff. Yet, as she left for her teaching job, I couldn't ignore the new perfume lingering in the air, floral and unfamiliar. Days blurred into a haze of unease. I'd catch her texting during dinner, her thumbs flying, then she'd lock the screen when I glanced over. "Babe, everything all right?" I'd probe, heart pounding. "Of course, Mark. Why wouldn't it be?" Her voice was light, but her eyes held shadows. One night, after the kids were asleep, I suggested a movie, our old ritual. She hesitated. "I'm tired." Rain check. As she scrolled Instagram upstairs, I poured a whiskey, the burn matching the ache in my chest. Was I paranoid? 17 years didn't vanish overnight. But trust, once chipped, fractures fast. The clues piled up like unspoken accusations. A receipt in her purse for a coffee shop downtown, someplace we'd never gone. "Met a colleague," she explained vaguely when I asked. Then, the late nights at faculty meetings. I started checking her phone bill online, guilt twisting my gut. Calls to an unknown number, hours long. In the afternoons when she was supposedly grading papers. Denial cracked into anger. Who the hell was this? I confronted her one evening, voice low to spare the kids. "Sarah, what's going on? You're distant. Secretive." She sighed, rubbing her temples. "Mark, it's nothing. Just life. We're in a rut, okay? I need space." Space. After everything? Her words stung, but her tone, defensive, almost pleading, made me back off. Maybe it was me. Maybe I wasn't enough anymore. Suspension gnawed at me, turning sleep into a battlefield. I began following her on lunch breaks, hating myself for it. One Tuesday, I tailed her car to a park across town. There, under the oaks, she met him. Tall, familiar somehow. They hugged. Too long, too intimate. My stomach dropped. Back home, I dug through old photo albums, heart racing. There he was, Eric, her high school sweetheart, grinning in faded pictures from before me. First love. The one who got away, she'd once joked. Betrayal hit like a freight train, heartbreak raw and roaring. That night, I waited in the living room, the album open on the coffee table. She walked in, freezing at the sight. "Mark." "How long, Sarah?" My voice cracked, anger surging over the pain. "Since when have you been seeing Eric?" Tears welled in her eyes. "A few months. It started innocent, reconnecting on Facebook. But he gets me, Mark. Like we used to." Gets her. After I held her through her mother's cancer, after building a life brick by brick? 17 years, and you throw it away for nostalgia? I shouted, fists clenched. She sobbed. "I'm sorry. I love you, but I'm not in love anymore. I need to be happy." Happy. The word echoed, shattering the last of my denial. The divorce papers came swiftly, custody battles a blur of lawyers and tears. She left for him, our home echoing with absence. Mia and Jake asked why, and I choked out half-truths, shielding them from the wreckage. Heartbreak evolved into a dull ache, anger into weary acceptance. I rebuilt, therapy, new routines, even dates that felt like echoes. But late nights, I wonder, was it inevitable? Love's fragility haunts me. Trust, once lost, reshapes you forever. Yet in the quiet, I find a fragile hope, not in forgetting, but in moving forward, scars and all.